Hello, I thought I'd archive this edition of the Internet and You just to have that out there. The initial idea is that, I didn't really want to put this out for free on Scott Stash just because, a lot of people very graciously spent, I believe it was $50 on this in 2019. And then there was a couple more that came out in 2020 that were kind of like the final the final batch for about 75, and that included the poster that we released in 2020. But if you look online, you can easily find people re-uploading like this version of the Internet New. And for its fifth anniversary, I thought, you know what, I'll show like my like high res version of this, basically like the original master, I guess you could call it, of this version of the Internet New. And I just kind of want to give a brief overview of this edition of it because I want to archive it. As much as I think it's really cool to have like this be a limited edition kind of thing. Like the initial the initial like intent of Scott Stash was to archive all this kind of stuff. So yeah, this is the VHS edition of the Internet and You, and it is an actual VHS tape. It was released in 2019 for the Scott the Woz charity bonanza on the Pixel Empire. This was the first time I worked with the Pixel Empire, and pretty much Dylan, who runs the Pixel Empire, came to me at Too Many Games 2019 and was kind of like, hey, I love to work with you. And I was like, I've already known of the Pixel Empire because, they've worked with other, like channels and all that stuff. And, I threw him the idea of like, I wanted to do an Internet and You VHS tape. And I initially thought like either way, I wanted to do it regardless at one point or another, whether it was like one copy or a million copies. I wanted to make at least one official one because pretty much this version that's on the desk in every episode of Scott the Woz, it's as you could as many people know from the 2019 promo video. Yeah, it's just Arthur's double tear. So yeah, it was never an actual VHS tape. I kind of made this in 2016 after the Internet came out because I just thought like I have to do the I have to do a VHS tape, and I at least wanted to do like the cover and stuff because if you've seen other videos I've done on this channel, talking about like the old DVDs that I used to make when I was a kid. Those, like half of the fun for me was designing the cover and drawing on the discs and trying to make my own thing. And so I kind of channeled that that lust in me to do one for the Internet and You because it was too perfect with the subject matter of the Internet and You being a VHS tape. It was too perfect not to do a VHS tape of it. And I like the front cover. The main thing that I really like about this cover is that it actually looks like a cheap VHS tape kind of thing. The spine I was never that big on. If I could redo it, like I have variants of the Internet and You logo now. If I could redo it, I'd probably like have this look a lot more like the actual logo. And the back is a little like and then there you go, and then that's it. But yeah, I've always wanted to do like an actual VHS tape. Have a good cover, and then not only that, have it on the actual tape. And one thing that I was planning on doing was, I actually bought like 10 clamshell Blockbuster VHS cases because like this was like in early 2018. I was like, no matter what, I want to have a couple of copies of the Internet on VHS, and having the clamshell cases would have made it a lot easier because then you could just print off one solid sheet. This is like an amalgamation of multiple different things. You can see tape there. And then there's like, this is like, kind of folded over. For a DIY thing, This thing is held together incredibly well. Of course, it's basically just cardstock, but I think it's held together incredibly well over the years. It does have a water stain on it. That definitely came from a Scott the Woz episode, but I don't know which one. But then fast forward to 2019, when the Pixel Empire is a legitimate company that was willing to do this. I was like, hooray! This is amazing. And yeah, so this was the cover designed by Dylan, and it is supposed to look very similar to the original one, but just a little better designed. Um, and then the spine definitely looks a little better, and then the back is just a better kind of take on that design. There's even a little barcode. I don't actually know if that works, but and it has like the runtime and all that stuff. It was honestly like really surreal to actually have this made. And one of my favorite things is the actual VHS tape. Like, this just looks very legitimate, and because it is, and that's just really cool to me. It's just the fact that it's so legitimate, and it's actually like, like that's an actual label, and it was just crazy to me. And pretty much we were just planning on doing these. It was gonna be like limited to 100 copies, and they sold out. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, what? So to kind of like make things a little better, I decided like, let's throw in some extra goodies. And I have this one here. And you can see we signed this one. It's just me, Sam, and Eric, because I see those two the most. And I was like, hey, do you guys want to sign this just so I have a couple of scripts with signatures on it? But we didn't actually sign these ones. Pretty much, I thought of different things that could be included in the package to just kind of like make the whole thing a bit more like, hey, thank you, because I was legitimately like, I really want to thank people because that's $50 they are never gonna get back. So I was really happy about that, and I rush ordered these scripts. They came out way bigger than I wanted them to. That was a major problem. The fact that they were literally like, they're the size of just a regular piece of paper. I think it would have been a lot better if they were like, a fraction of the size, so then like they could actually kind of like correlate with the tape a little better. But yeah, like this came with that. It was the original script, and the thing about the original script is that it's very similar, but there are a decent amount of differences. Just because, like when we were just recording this whole thing, we didn't really know what we were doing, and it was just kind of like just do whatever you want, blah, a couple of things were improvised. The ending is different, and pretty much, there's some differences in the scenes, and I just thought it would be kind of interesting to kind of like compare and contrast. But yeah, and this is also my way of kind of like going like, hey, even though this isn't the design on the desk, let's actually just incorporate that design via the script cover. So like, this is the exact same front cover, and then the back is the exact same as this one. So yeah, that was included. Definitely, if I could do something a little different, it would be to make this smaller. So hopefully I can do that in the future if we decide to do another version of the Internet U on VHS. And then on top of that, we included like a thank you letter, and I had a bunch of the guys come over, and we signed like 600 of them. There were 500 sold, but just so then we'd have like some spillover if there were problems or something, and just have a couple extra. And then there were stickers. There was a Scott the Woz sticker and an Internet News sticker. And pretty much in 2020 we we took all of that and we made it even crazier. The stickers were a lot more high quality in 2020. They were just much more like, like they were actually cut out. And the stickers included in the Internet and You VHS tape were just squares, and I found like a service that allowed us to print like like stickers that are more like form fitted, more form cut to the actual design of the sticker. And then we also signed like over 1,000 pictures for 2020. So like those stickers and those pictures were included in the Mysterious Game of Crypticism product. But yeah, it was still really cool to be able to do that for this release in 2019. So this bundle came with the script, thank you note, 2 stickers, and then this VHS tape, which it definitely experienced a couple of shipping delays. There was first off, it was like getting the version done, because the Internet and You is in fact on this VHS tape, but the thing is, it used a lot of production music that I don't own, and even then, like, it gets copyright claimed, and like, I'm pretty sure like a lot of the people that the companies that own the production music, they probably wouldn't care that it was being used on a VHS release that was benefiting charity. Like, the entire point of it was to benefit charity. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't care about like, not only is the fact that like their production music is being used on a 500 copy production run of a VHS tape. Not only that, but it was also benefiting charity. But I still, like, if I was gonna do it, I wanted to do it right. So pretty much, like, I got together with a couple of the guys and we redubbed some lines. I tried to do enough like editing to try to get rid of the background music as much as possible in the cases where the background music was a potential problem. And then I also had Shamir do covers of the music of certain songs. But some of the, a lot of the music was now like completely new, or like it was completely legal to use. So this was pretty much like as public domain as I could get the Internet and You. And yeah, it was scrubbed as much of the stuff out as possible. In the end, the lines were kind of badly dubbed over in a lot of cases. The music was, kind of like, it didn't sound that great. But in the end, it did the job. Like, it got the Internet and You. The Internet and You is still all there. Just the main thing at the end of the day is that it's on VHS. I don't really think a lot of people were buying this to get like the definitive experience, even though technically kind of, it's just like, oh, it's supposed to be like a VHS tape and I'm gonna watch it on VHS. But like, even then, like, it's more of a collectible kind of like cool novelty thing that it's on VHS. And this version, like, I didn't have access to the raw files at the time, so it was kind of like having to redub stuff and go through and try to make it work. Now I do have the raw files, so that's great. But at the time I had to try to whip it together, and it came together in the end. Like, I think I ended up making it work. But without further ado, yeah, this is the VHS cut of the Internet and You from 2019. There is like a thank you video at the beginning. Everything included is like what was on the VHS tape. Like, this is literally the entire VHS tape. However, keep in mind, of course, like, keep your ears open for those terrible dubs and new music. Yeah, enjoy.
Water is back. Introducing Water ZEX Plus, the cooler, more anti emergency way of staying hydrated. It's Water Z EX Plus from Water Productions. This ain't your granddad's water.
Come on down to Scott's Charity Shack, where we sell stuff and refuse to make money off of it. Want to know why? Well, it's all going to this. Why donate to charity, you may ask? You don't need a reason for everything, just buy the fucking shirts. Scott the Woz and the Pixel Empire are partnering for limited edition merchandise, where all the profit made is going to Critical Care Comics and Children's Miracle Network. Before you ask, they don't catered, I checked. We've got all kinds of things for sale. Shirts, a poster. Buying internet merchandise where all profit goes to charity is the best thing to do for A, good people, and B, bad people who want to feel better about themselves. So say it with me now, cover up sin, donate to charity.
You ever wanted a video version of this? That's what you're getting. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting the charity Bonanza 2019 we were running on the Pixel Empire. It surpassed everybody's expectations of how much people would be buying the products and thus the money going to charity. And it also surpassed our expectations how fast the VHS tapes sold out. And it's absolutely crazy. And I thought I'd take this time to just thank everybody for just watching over the past few years, and for supporting the charity and for buying the products. It is amazing how many people have been not only watching but are willing to purchase this kind of stuff, especially a $50 VHS tape in the year 2019. But yeah, I kind of want to talk about just what the Internet New is and why we made it. And I know I went over that in the note that came with this VHS tape, but I kind of want to go a little off script and just kind of talk about what happened during filming and why we made it, and how that's kind of led to where we are now. As you can probably tell, the Internet New is still kind of it's still an important video to me. It's not the greatest, but I do still maintain a lot of just fond memories of making it and fond memories of it all around. Just looking back at it, it's kind of a time capsule of like my high school years, if that makes any sense. The Internet New was originally made as kind of the final video project for high school. And in high school, throughout high school, me and my friends made a lot of video projects, mainly for classes. We kind of lived in the era where video projects were starting to be assigned very consistently in school as like, oh, this is a big project. You have to make this video based on this thing we learned about in class. And a lot of my best memories in high school, or just school in general, because there was a few in like 8th grade and 7th grade, a lot of my best memories included just making those video projects with friends. And still to this day, we still have a lot of like inside jokes surrounding those video projects. And you can see the vast majority of them over on Scott Stash. They are bad. But the Internet New was supposed to be kind of this grand finale. We were leaving high school, and this was during the summer of transition from high school to college. And originally, the Internet New was supposed to be a school project. Me and Will, who is Netmeister in the video and is the co-writer and producer of the Internet New, we had a project in AP Literature where we had to come up with a topic that we had to do a giant essay on and then a giant presentation on. And we got assigned that in like February. It was such a giant project that they would assign it to us in February, and then we had to do it like it had to be all finished by like the end of our senior year. And we decided to do the topic on the internet, and we came up with the idea to do a kind of 90s instructional video about the internet. And we just originally wanted to do this like fun little 10-minute video that would accompany the presentation and would include pretty much as many people and as many of our friends as have been in video projects in the past. We wanted to incorporate all of that in one video. The problem is, as we kept writing the Internet New, it was not educational enough, and it felt like it would have brought down the project significantly. This was AP Literature. This was big boy stuff. We couldn't really do just a dumb 10-minute long video during precious time
in our presentation. We ended up getting a good grade, and it was still on the internet and like the deep web and dark web and stuff like that. But we definitely did not include a video, but we still did it. This is the original script. Of course, everybody who got the Internet and You on VHS, we printed off a lot of booklets that include the original script, and this is just kind of this is basically how like it was when we were filming it. And this was written over the period of a few months. This was starting to be written in February of 2016, and then it was finally finished around late April, early May of 2016. And this was just this started this started as educational. You can tell. You can see like that moment in the beginning where Netmeister kind of goes over what the internet is and the history of the net. That was obviously just left over from the educational lifespan of this video. And then we just started to go off the rails, and we just started doing stupid whatever we wanted to do kind of stuff. And you can tell there in the original script there are a lot more characters. There are a lot more people that were supposed to be involved, and that's just the thing. There was a lot of people that we wanted to involve, but just due to time and the fact that a lot of people were leaving for college and a lot of people were busy, we couldn't incorporate everybody. And you can also tell the ending is completely different in this script. To be honest, I just couldn't come up with an ending. So I couldn't come up with an ending I was satisfied about. So I just ended up having everybody die. And overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the overall plot of the Internet and You. I would obviously do things differently now, but I'm pretty satisfied with what I did with the characters and stuff like that. We started filming like a few days before graduation. When you're a senior in high school, well, in our high school, we had like a week off. Like we ended school a week, we had no school, and then like on a weekend we had like our graduation ceremony. We did it a few days before graduation from what I remember, and we did a bunch of the scenes. The first few scenes filmed were kind of like the first scenes you saw with like me and Will on the green screen talking about the internet, and then like the stuff of us all huddled around the desk, the stuff where we're all in front of my front lawn, that was all on the first day. And it's a 30-minute long video, so we obviously couldn't film it all in one day, and also not everybody could show up to film on that first day. So we ended up kind of just doing as many random shots as we could throughout the next 2 months. We would get together every now and then, film some stuff, move on, film some stuff a few days or a week later, move on. And that was kind of my summer for 2016. And we finally finished in July, and we had everybody, as many people as were free and were around the area as they could. They all came over to my house, and we watched it for the first time, and then it went live on YouTube. And the Internet and You is kind of the beginning of what I consider to be like my modern writing style. I feel like I have a very particular writing style, and I don't really like to think about it that much, because like I feel like if I kind of thought about like, oh, how do I write things, and like kind of like whittle it down to like an equation, I guess, of how like I set up a joke or how I write things. I felt like if I would do that, then things would become like too robotic, I guess. But the Internet and You is kind of where I first figured out kind of like my original writing style and just the way I like writing comedy and stuff like that. And that kind of led to me realizing that I wanted to keep doing this. Before the Internet and You, I kind of stopped doing videos. Of course, if you go on Scott's Stash, you'll see that I've been doing videos for like 10 years or so before the Internet and You, and they were all bad. But I kept doing them, and nobody was watching, obviously because they were bad, and I was also like 13, 14 at the time. There's not a lot of 13 and 14-year-olds that are going to make like the greatest, craziest content out there. But I just kind of thought like, oh, video making's not for me, and I kind of stopped for a while, and the only time when I would ever make videos would be when I had to do school projects. And the Internet and You was kind of like this like final passion project for me at the time. And when I finished it, and I kind of saw all my friends just enjoying it and laughing at it, and just realizing how much of a fun time it was making that video, that kind of got me back in the swing of things. A few months later, I made a dumb parody of like YouTube vlogs called The First Time Vape Shop Visit. And then a month after that, I did the tour of the frat house, Alpha Minor JavaScript. And then a few months after that, I started doing weekly video game related videos under a series called Scott the Woz. And that has taken off. And that is weird to me. If it wasn't for the internet and you, I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing. And I have it to thank. Even if it, isn't as good as, I wanted it to be. Of course, at the time when I released it, I was very proud of it, and I still am proud of it. If I never made it, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I have it to thank. And I will always be proud of this video. It may not be as good as I originally thought it was back in 2016. There are some things that aren't great about it. There are some things that are good about it, though, in my opinion. And there are some things that I'm immensely proud of. There are some things I would do over. There are some things that I would fix up if I could. But I'm just really thankful and proud of the internet and you. You can probably tell that because I still have kind of remnants of the internet and you always in every episode of Scott the Woz. We have the VHS tape, which is just something I kind of made like a month or so after the internet and you came out. I had like a month before college came around for me, and the internet and you finished, so I didn't have as much work to do in terms of like my passion project that summer. So I decided to make a little VHS case, and this is obviously different from the VHS you're watching this on, as in like the overall case design. But this was supposed to be kind of like a really bad VHS design, kind of indicative by like the very plain back. And in fact, if you didn't know like why the script cover was like that, is like designed in the way it is, it's because I wanted to include like the original VHS design that you see in every episode of Scott the Woz in some way, and I decided to make it the cover and back cover of the script, of the original script. So there you go. But yeah, this is in every episode of Scott the Woz, including the hat that I wore as Abraham Ethernet. There goes the nostalgia goggles. Yes. It never fit. And I also still have a lot of random stuff from the internet and you kind of tucked away in the closet here. As you can see, this is where I store all my unmentionables. But yeah, we still have the jean jacket from my Abraham Ethernet costume. That's still there. And then still in my prop bucket, if we move all this stuff away, there is still this, all the like plastic guns that I use, if they're, still here somewhere. Yeah, so these are the prop guns that I've been using since the internet and you. These were specifically made for the internet and you, and these are literally just water guns that are painted black. And technically, you can make the argument that, of course, Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops is here, and that made an appearance in the internet and you. That game's always been kind of a joke with me. I found it at a game store, and I found another one at a game store, and it never really reached Madden 08 levels for me in terms of a game that I collected a bunch of for no reason. But I always found it a funny game to be peeking out of the Genesis, and I wanted to put it in the internet and you. Peeking out of a Nintendo 64. Part of the funny thing about that video was the fact that everything about that certain scene was like supposed to be a perfect representation of the 90s. And Will had told me that he had like an original iMac, one of those like tube iMacs, like the first few that came out, the colorful ones. And he ended up not having it, but he had an old iMac from 2007. I think that adds to the charm of that scene. But it's also like a lot of stuff in that scene is supposed to be stupid. The fact that the Dick Vitale game cartridge is in a Nintendo 64. Ooh. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for supporting the charity, and thank you for
even watching this. I just want to let you know that this, I wouldn't consider this to be the definitive version of the Internet You. I did have to go in and take out a lot of the background music, and that means the audio quality isn't the greatest in some cases. And some of the background music is not the definitive choice of background music, in my opinion. I don't even know if some of the background music that I took out is like copyrighted. I could use it for all I know, but I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make it so then if I was going to release this on home video, I wanted to release it correctly. But it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, because, it's still completely watchable, and, I don't really see a lot of people watching this video all the time. It's more of kind of like a novelty of owning this on VHS. Of course, you could make the argument, like, just make the VHS cases, and that would be it. Okay, here's the thing, okay? If we didn't put this on a VHS tape, that completely ruins the magic. I know people aren't going to watch this that much on a VHS tape, but still, just the fact that this is on the VHS tape, that makes it worth it. If it wasn't on the VHS tape, it wouldn't be worth it. But anyway, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for watching my videos over the past few years. Thank you so much for supporting the charity. Thank you so much for even watching this thank you video. Just thank you, everybody. And enjoy the show.
Meister, I'm not feeling too hot. Maybe it's from the incumbencies of your radical plans. Still not a great show. No, Netmeister, I might be feeling too bad because of the jet lag from the trip we just took. Remember? Oh, yeah! Hey, Netmeister, where do you think you're going? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm taking a vacation to the internet! Tubular! I'm in!
Alright, you have to click on the file. Okay, hit new tab right there.
I don't see new tab.
What do you mean? It's right there. It's the second option.
That says new window. I only see new window.
How do you not see it? It's right there.
I don't see it. I only see new window.
Well, that seems like a you problem.
Maybe it's actually a you problem and you're just pushing it off to me.
Nope. I think it's still a you problem.
Me's don't have problems, only yous.
Wait a minute! Does our audience even know what we've been talking about? I don't know! We've been using internet lingo like bookmarks, pedophilia, and firewalls. I wouldn't blame our audience for being completely lost by now, and frankly, I expected it. That's why we're gonna be setting you off on a journey through the cyber monsoon we like to call the internet! Woo-woo-woo-woo! Who doesn't love a big, thick, honking heap of the internet? Oh, I know, Netmeister. Nobody. That's right. The modern internet's history dates back all the way to the 1950s with the invention of the first personal computer. The internet greatly expanded in the 1980s with the invention of Ethernet and a .com domain, which brings us to the 1990s, the age of the net. Hold your horses, Netmeister. What's the difference between the World Wide Web and the internet? Well, it's a little embarrassing. Don't know, but the World Wide Web is just a part of the greater scope of the internet. Ah, so resourceful! But how do I get the most out of my time on the internet? Mazel tov, Abe, you ignorant sack of marbles. Basically, I'm gonna show you around the internet and show you all the cool things, people, and places that make it radical. Oh look, it isn't our old colleague, Dr. USB. So Dr. USB, huh? Like one of these?
What are you doing?
So according to your name, you must be very knowledgeable about USB.
You are stupid, naive, pessimistic, evil, and dumb. All of those things just amalgamates into what is the creation of you. You guys don't even know what a USB is. I've devoted my life to these things, these godforsaken things. I didn't want to be like this, man. My parents, they tortured me. Every day Dad would get home from work. He'd be drunker than the night before, and he'd just whip out the fucking Mohican Tahitian spear, and then he'd fucking stab it in my throat. I don't know how the hell I'm alive, man. I don't know. All I know is I get off at night by putting those 2 for $6 gyros in my throat. My throat hole, man. My throat hole.
You mean euros, bro?
Are you stupid or are you just an idiot, okay? I was in honors literature all 5 years of high school, bro. Just, you don't even know. You're just some patronizing, pessimistic, pervious little conundrum.
But like, what does your PhD revolve around concerning, you know, USB?
You are stupid, naive, pessimistic, evil, and dumb. All those things. Just amalgamate.
Saying that, Meister, Dr. USB is very much overwhelming me. The internet is starting to seem super spooktastic.
Well, yeah, let me give you an analogy. Have you ever seen Home Alone 2, Lost in New York?
Every Sabbath!
Well, imagine you as Kevin, and New York is the internet.
My God.
Well, you know, the internet's a big place, Abe. It's easy to get lost. Just as Kevin McAllister got lost in the 1992 hit Christmas classic, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, which ranked in over $350 million at the box office.
That's a deal breaker, Netmeister. I'll go! Show me the way!
The internet sure is big.
I heard the internet was so big, you can fit over 7 football fields in it.
You're not wrong.
Wait, that sounds like the sound of...
Copy, paste, repeat! Listen, Mr. Repeat, we just got out of an emotionally abusive conversation with Dr. USB about the origins of his name. Can you reassure us that your name has no such emotional connotation?
I would wait all day if you'd ask me that. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to the household legend, Mr. Larry Tesler. Come on down.
Okay.
So, Larry, you want to tell them the origin of my name?
Well, you see, the term copy comes from the medieval term "Vesperi discrepiende," and paste. You ever heard of Elmer's glue? Yep, that's the stuff. And don't even get me started on cut.
So, you guys want to know how to do my copy? Oh, wait, I can show you the pasting part if you like that better. No, copy. We'll do copy. No, wait, paste. Oh, no. You guys choose.
Well, that's interesting and all, but we've got a lot of internet to explore, and not much time. As you know, all human lives are fleeting and meaningless in the greater existence of the universe. Anyway, I'm gonna make like a hard drive and eject out of here.
Netmeister, where are we? I'm scared and aroused. Well, we're in one of the most dangerous parts of the surface web right now. Look over there. There's a specimen of this part of the web right now. Looks like its screen name is E-Grope. Should I report him? Well, I'd be insulted if you didn't. Phew, all those weeks of golf have finally paid off.
You know, Abe, there's been a lot of technologies that have gotten the internet from over there all the way to over here where it is today. One of those such technologies is Firewire. Whoa! Look, this is my good colleague, Firewire Yom Kippur. Long time no see, buddy. You know, ironically, he was in prison for arson.
Ha ha ha, that was a nice orphanage.
So Firewire Yom Kippur, tell me a bit about yourself. How do you relate to the internet?
Hey guys, did not see you all here. What a coincidence. That's weird, huh? Because I was like over there, now we're... Dude, you guys want to know the trick? How to copy and paste better? Command C, Command V. It's kind of confusing because print starts with P. It's V. It's whatever. You want to see it? No? No? Okay, that's fine. Well, we can... You guys free tonight? Or, no? Okay, I'll find you. I'll find you. Yeah. Got it.
Well, you see, Firewire could have been used for the internet, but ever since people switched over to the whole Wi-Fi scam and USB trash and Thunderbolt garbage and all that, I've been out of work lately, so I've taken up many hobbies such as kayaking and arson.
At least you're keeping busy.
Busy with the prospect of watching the Earth burn.
California mulatto? Where are we at now? Well, if you'd stop being such a damn loud moron and look at our itinerary once every 10 minutes, you'd know that we're on social media. Is this what they like to refer to as human trafficking? No. We'll get to that later. No, this is where everyone hangs out, shares their feelings with their peers, and get stalked by the government. Bodacious! I can't wait to hook up with some hot new peer. Wait, who is that over there? It's Lieutenant J-Bag! Get the dash! Oh God! Get down! Oh God! Are you okay, Netmeister?
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Oh God! You're a fighter, damn you! You're a fighter! You're gonna make it!
My whole body feels like it's on fire.
I'm gonna have to amputate your leg!
What? The wounds in my chest?
Here we go!
Where are we, Netmeister? This place looks totally lame. There aren't any smoking hot babes here. Willie, you disgusting cornucopia of communism, this is the sickest net cafe in the mall. The library. Whee!
Ocean plague upon your house and your women be barren for generations to come.
Well, Abe, if you don't have the internet at Casa de Abraham, you can always crash at my place and get your internet fixed the poor man's way.
The internet's standing me up, babe! What do I do? Wait, do you smell that?
Well, it is my old colleague, cellmate, and occasional lover, Captain Dialogue.
Ah! Wee-wee! Well, Colonel Dialogue, my friend Abraham here is having a little trouble comprehending what the net's really all about.
A common misconception is that the internet is just a place for porn addicts and psychopaths. And they aren't wrong.
See, Abe? I told you I was right. Alright, Commander Dial-Up, we need some internet stat. Do your thing. Guys! Doc! What the hell's the problem?
You guys gotta come quick and stat. Mumps diabetes.
Diabetes and his mumps?
I mean, it seems like it's a common problem in this day and age. I feel like everybody's just jumping on that bandwagon.
What was his diagnostic, Doc?
Well, Bluetooth over here tried to activate 7 USB devices at once. You can't do that.
Well, he deserves to die if he did that. Only a moron would do something stupid like that.
Well, in my PhD riddled opinion, he should have looked it up on the internet.
What was that?
It smells like child porn and narcotics.
Oh no! Netmeister, what's the hubbub?
The deep web is taking over the surface web. But how?
Alright, which one of you little stickers bought contraband on a deep web?
It was me.
Listen, Abe. The deep web is more powerful than you could ever imagine. Only 1% of the web we see is the surface web. The other 99% is internet rapists. If the deep web keeps growing at this pace, the entire internet will turn into a monsoon of foot fetish testosterone.
Oh God, what can we do about it? Can we go inside the deep web and take it out?
It's our only shot.
Yeah! I'm in! Who else is in?
I'm in.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey guys, what are we talking about here?
Here, Dr. USB, take this loaded firearm. You seem mentally stable.
Dad is coming.
Let's rock.
Wait. I need Alright, everyone. Alright.
We gotta install Tor for maximum sketchiness. They don't call you Netmeister for nothing, Netmeister. What's Tor? Well, I'm glad you asked. Basically, it's a program that allows us to be anonymous on the dark web. So, we have to be anonymous. We can't say anyone's name. If we say anyone's real name while we're in the deep web, we are script. Radical! Gnarly my anonymous friend, Netmeister. Did you hear that, Mr. Dial-Up? Alright, who's ready for the deep web?
Who ate the deep web for breakfast?
Oh yeah? Well, they call me Mr. Breakfast.
Alright, who's ready for the deep web?
Are we there yet? We just have to watch this video and then we'll be there.
Hi, I'm Trent. I see you're attempting to access the deep web. Welcome to the family. I'm about to enchant you with all that hitman for hire and illegal pornography. Yeah. Now I am just going to attempt to prove my worth to you by showing you all the dangers of the deep web so that you can stay safe and cool. This is the internet. This is a bear on the internet. This is pornography on the internet. This is the internet on the deep web. This is a bear on the deep web. This is Eric on the deep web. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name's Trent. Let's see what other people have to say about the deep web. You had anything to say about the deep web? What? It's good. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name's Trent. Well, that's it for the deep web today. Happy cannibalism.
Ay caramba, Doctor! Where are we?
There's one thing I know, it's that I have no idea where we are.
Use a bite to eat, though. Let's go get some food. Have you lost your gigabytes, Dr. USB? We're in the deep web. Do you want to know what child porn tastes like?
I mean, I'm pretty old.
Well, I mean, there is that place over there.
Wait a minute. This is a weapons store. The sign said egg shop.
What are you talking about? Would you like pickled or shelled?
Wow, it was just like a cut from that one place and pasted into here. Huh.
Best method of transportation there is.
Deadman Larry.
Son, boy, CPR. It's good to see you.
Whoa! My aimless wandering has brought me to a local underfunded school in the deep web. I can finally learn about human trafficking.
Where am I? I need to find shelter before I get trafficked, being human and all.
What kind of apprehendable behavior got you in jail, Papa Tess?
Well, you see, not a lot of people really appreciated what I do in the world of copy, pasting, and repeating. Hi, Larry Tesler. Larry Tesler, name's Larry Tesler, name's Tesler. Larry What up, it's Larry Tesler here. Larry Tesler.
It's apparently frowned upon to say your name around these parts, but it isn't frowned upon to be a fraud. Dang, that egg store down the street is a scam.
So, are those mustaches real? Do pigs have organs?
As a doctor, I feel obligated to answer this question. In most cases, yes, in fact they do.
Yes, they're real.
Nobody ever suspects the egg store. Think about it. When does a cop say, let's check the egg store?
Point made.
Due to problems with the Food and Drug Administration, we had to change our name to Eggs and More.
So wait a minute.
The FDA knows this store exists, but not the FBI? We can't make any reference to those folk. We can't even make any reference to our own real names. I'm not even sure if we exist anymore.
You give up a lot to be part of the deep web market.
You won't believe what Ronaldo did to get here.
Jesus, Brock, do you have a filter? 4 years without saying my name and you choose now to say it? They're gonna be after us in no time.
Dios mío!
Help! Let me in. I'm cold and I'm suffering from heat stroke. I think I contracted depression.
Hello there, stranger. What can I do you for?
I need a place to stay. The deep web's too much.
Well, obviously, the deep web is so deep that I have to run my farm remotely in Tucson, Arizona. Well, I do have here a quaint little place, but it's good enough to call home. We have food, water, shelter, toothbrush, beds, more water, fans, guitars, lakes, ponds, rivers, grass, trees, bushes. You can stay as long as you want, but I only have one rule. Don't touch my son.
That's it? I can do that with my eyes closed.
Wrong class.
That meal's a classic here, down in the deep web.
It's great, I'm sorry, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Captain Dial-Up.
Don't you dare say your name around these parts. You can get locked up for saying that. And don't you dare think I'm above calling the authorities.
Yeah, I knew that. Captain Dial-Up's just an alias of mine.
Well, my name is Earl.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, if you can excuse me for a second. Hey.
All right, time for bed. Good night. Scram, you good-for-nothing hooligans. I'm calling the police.
What do we do? No parents, no rules. Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. FBI, everyone, stop what you're doing. One sec. Okay, go.
No! He was our best gunman!
Oh, God.
A bunch of surface web folk trying to make it big on my turf. You do realize my turf spans over 7,500 terabytes. It's physically improbable for you surface web cyberpunks to try and corrupt my land. Only I'm powerful enough to do that. I run this popsicle stand.
Look, Poindexter, we came here to stop the deep web from expanding. It's been leaking over into our turf, the surface web.
Yeah, we want to make the internet great again!
Well, you would have kept the internet great if you wouldn't have sent this little care package.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? That's our cyber rapist. He belongs to the surface web. Beat it, deep web punks.
And what a cyber rapist he is. He's the main source of power for this. All he needed was a surface web inhabitant's DNA and corporeness to power this router, which is overriding the surface web with my dark markets and narcotics, which means everybody can access the deep web and impulse by anything they please. My deep web empire will skyrocket in profitability. I will become one of the most well-known faces in corporation history. I will become the Jared Fogle of selling child porn.
The only problem is both your weapon salesmen are being apprehended by the FBI as we speak.
Excuse me, can I join the sales team?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, come on! What? Come on, man! Oh my God!
What the fuck? I mean, come on. When Barack was telling us about all that money he donated to Coney 2012, I feel like I owe him something for his service.
Well, you can all say goodbye to your precious surface web, because this time tomorrow, it'll be flooded by my dark markets and narcotics.
Tomorrow?
Verizon could never find the address to this place, so I had to settle for a local dial-up provider. To be honest, I started this operation 6 days ago.
Listen, you can't do this. The surface web and deep web are separate for a reason. You can do all the crimes you want down here, but the surface web is ours and we like it that way.
Why would I listen to a cyberpunk like yourself? You change clothes like every 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know, right? It's stupid.
Wait, you're using dial-up?
Probably, yeah. Wait, stop! Stop, man, what are you doing? Stop! Stop it! Stop! No, stop! Stop! Stop it! Stop! Oh my God! Stop! Computer! Open Wayback Machine. Set coordinates for E-Group's takeoff. A bit of a throwback to when you all messed up the surface web so hard, and just because I'm yearning for a power trip, and you're mucking up my property. How do you like this?
God. Grandmaster Dial-Up, are you okay? You shot him, you bastard!
Doctor, can you kill them, please? This is unethical, however relentlessly pathetic. Better spice it up a tad. There we go. That should be enough torture for them. Right, this is worse for me than it probably is for them. Computer, go back to the deep web.
Who are you?
I'm Mr. Bandwidth. Damn it!
Really? You said your name because I asked you to?
Nobody ever asked me what my name was! This is bullshit! Oh, you meddling cyberpunks. All would be well if you just stuck to your educational farce. You just don't get it. The surface web would never exist without the deep web. We have all your passwords and shit. And narcotics and child porn. If I can't go forth with my plan, then I might as well subject us all to eternal damnation. Bet you didn't know this sucker had an emotional self-destruct button.
Come on, CPR, this place is gonna blow!
Larry Tesler's here, though. The Larry Tesler, ever heard of him? I'm staying here. Whether you guys try to convince me or not, I'm staying right here for something. Where you guys go?